Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. Today I'm playing in my Dilutions journal, it's the large one, and I'm playing on a spread where I am using a magazine collage. Let me try that again. I'm using a magazine image and I'm going to be collaging it onto my page. So the image is in quite monochrome colours, so that kind of inspired how the page was going to take shape. So first of all I cut out the image that I liked, and then I'm mixing some sterling with a little bit of black, adding some gesso onto the page too, just to prepare the page ready for receiving some paint. So this is one of the few journals, along with the media journal, the blue Dina Wakley journal, that I tend to use gesso in first. I don't generally use it in the craft one. And then I decided for a change I was going to use my brayer to put some paint onto the page just to get some colour down to start off with. So you can see there is still lots of the background showing through, and then I've just added some white into what's left and just going to sort of push some of those colours away using the lighter grey colour over the top. And then I'm just going in with white as well. So you can see that's added some colour quite quickly onto the page. It's a really great way to get some colour on, which also adds a bit of texture as well, adding it with the brayer, which is a really good way to do it. So this is a stencil from the Stencil Girl Club that you can subscribe to, and each month you will receive some new stencils, and they're only available to the club members. These ones are a Natalie, a Shaw and Kalbach mashup, and these were from July 2021. And I'm just using a little bit of the permanent red violet light mixed with a little bit of black here. I started off with it on its own and just used a little bit, and then I've just made it a little bit darker, and I'm just adding more stenciling over the top. So quite a grungy look really, I guess, but using colours in the same sort of family by mixing the colours together that I've started off with to create a new colour. So it still kind of works with the colours that are there already. This stencil is really cool. I love this image. It's brilliant. Yeah, looks really good when you mix it up together. This is one of the Tim Holtz layering stencils, and it's called Patchwork. And I'm using some white through this just to get a bit more pattern onto the background. So you can create a really textured look just by using stencils on your background, really. And it's lots of fun to experiment with layering stenciling on top of each other and mixing up your colours a bit too. So then you can see I'm just having a play around here with some of the colours that I used and just showing you how many colours you can make just from using a few colours. So I've got there the sterling, the permanent red violet light, black and white. So then just mixing those colours together, and look how many different shades you can make. So it's quite a fun thing to do. I mean, you could create an amazing background just doing this. You could do lots of overlapping squares just by using a few colours together. So then I've stuck the figure in place just using a glue stick to stick her down, and then I'm getting ready for the next stage. So I'm just adding a little bit of shadowing up one side of the body just to help it sort of pop out from the page a little bit. Gives it a bit of depth on that side too. That was a Pitt marker pen that I was using there. And then I decided I wanted to add some collage paper over the top. Now this is sometimes I do this way round. I don't always add the collage paper first, because sometimes you can use this as a layer on top to push the background away a little bit too, especially with this white on white collage paper from Dina Wakley. It's really good at pushing the background away when you pop it on top of the colours that you've laid down. So next I decided that I wanted to add some doodling onto her dress, so I'm just using the permanent red violet light again from Amsterdam Acrylic. I'm just painting some fun circles on there, different shape, different sizes, and just varying the position of them too. just so it just shows that you can take a magazine image and you can kind of make it your own, really. You can add some fun doodles and patterns and shapes onto the things that you start off with. So don't be afraid to change things up a bit. And then taking it a step further and adding some dots onto those circles as well, you can see it does bring that figure alive a little bit more. So it's a good thing to have a play with doing. So then I'm just painting a speech bubble onto the page up at the top, and that is going to be used later when it's a bit dry, a bit more dry than it is at the minute. And then I'm just using my thick Posca pen, it's the 5 PCM one, and I'm just adding some words onto my page, just using my handwriting. And I don't think I planned out whether this was going to fit, so I just kind of freestyled it. It's always a bit of a risk, isn't it? But it was okay. And how true is that quote? Certainly getting more and more true for me as I get older. Sometimes I hear myself saying things and think, oh my goodness me, wish I'd not said that out loud. So then one thing that I often like to do after I've got my words laid down is to go back in and just add a little bit more depth to some of the letters. Sometimes I just do it on one side, sometimes I do it to all of the letter. Just kind of see how you feel, really, and what you like the look of. So this time you can see that I am adding some thickness to all of the letters, and they do pop out a little bit more. And then I'm just writing the word blah 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 over and over again in that speech bubble up there, just to kind of represent that when your mouth is running away with you. Then I decided to add some white to the words, to the letters, doing it in kind of like a shadow style with the pen. And although it does push the lettering away a little bit, actually when you see it in real life and not on the video, it does actually make it stand out a bit more. And there we go, there's the finished page. So lots of fun playing with a very limited colour palette and my own handwriting and a magazine image, and yet it's quite a fun page when it's finished. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.